Situated on the islands of Zeeland and Amager, Copenhagen is one of Scandinavia's most visited cities, with the Danish capital's numerous canals and cafes attracting an estimated 1 million tourists a year. While Denmark has enjoyed success in sports such as soccer and handball, when it comes to ice hockey, it's a different story. Compared to the sport's traditional powerhouse, Canada, where there are almost 500,000 registered players, in Denmark there are only just over 4,000. Transworld Sport recently travelled there to meet Michelle Karvinen, a rising star of the women's game. Michelle is pretty unusual in that she plays her hockey for a men's under-20s team, the Redova Mighty Bulls. Brian Madsen is the team's coach.
When Michelle began playing with the boys, she was very young, and it was quite unique. She was, as far as I'm aware, the only girl at the time playing on a boys' team, and she's been playing with them ever since.
On the weekend we were in town, Redova were taking part in the championship Final Four. Unfortunately, in the opening match against Kvidover, Michelle was illegally body-checked from behind and suffered a dislocated shoulder, an occupational hazard when it comes to playing against the boys.
Of course, there is a greater chance of getting injured playing against the guys, because they're bigger, and that's exactly what happened in the match. But these things will occur as the game is a lot faster, so there will be more accidents. But if you start thinking about getting injured, you probably will. So normally, I don't worry about whether or not I could get hurt. I just get on with it.
First introduced to hockey by her father, Michelle grew up playing with her older brother Jannik, himself a member of the Danish national team. Earlier this year, Michelle was set to make her debut for the Redova senior men's team alongside him. But the 20-year-old was prevented from playing due to the fact that it may have jeopardized her eligibility to play college-level hockey in America, where she plans to move this summer. However, the fact that she made the team's roster is an indication of the youngster's talent.
Michelle is incredibly strong and physically well developed. There's no doubt about that. But of course she's playing against guys who are stronger than her. What she survives on is the fact that she's a technically very skilled player who skates well and has good speed.
There are a number of differences when it comes to men's and women's hockey. While the men's game is notorious for its physical nature, in the women's version body checking is not allowed, and in addition players are required to wear full-face protective masks. Many would argue that such measures are the reasons why the sport hasn't seen more female players in the men's game.
I don't think it's a huge problem, even though the game is much more tough. For me, it's fine, because I've been playing a more physical game for years now, and I know how to handle myself. Every time I play with guys, I want to challenge myself.
To me, she's not a girl on the team, but just another player, like the other guys, and she participates on the same terms. There's no differentiation or special treatment. Michelle plays and is judged on the same lines as the guys. If she's good enough, she plays. If she isn't good enough, she doesn't play.
While a female player who's giving away 15 kilograms and 15 centimeters in height on average to her opponents will attract some concern, Michelle has the full support of her teammates.
She's one of the boys, even though she's a girl. We treat her like all the other guys. I play in the same line as her. I just get on with it. I don't care that she's a girl or guy, because she's a good ice hockey player.
The 20-year-old's eligibility concerns may have prevented her making history as the first woman to play in the Danish men's professional league, but there have been a number of women before her who've played men's pro hockey. Canada's captain Hayley Vickenheiser played with HC Salamat in the first division of Finland's men's league in 2003. Compatrick Manon-Rayaume, the only woman to play in an NHL match, appeared as a goaltender for the Tampa Bay Lightning in pre-season games against the St. Louis Blues and the Boston Bruins.
I'm not sure about women playing in the NHL as it currently stands. Of course, I hope that'll change, because there are female players out there who could be good enough to play in the NHL, if they got the right support and training. But at the moment, I don't believe we're ready to play at that level.
Michelle's more immediate concern was cheering her team on in their final winner-takes-all game against the Frederikshavn Whitehawks. Knowing that they need to win by 2 or more goals, the Whitehawks fly out of the blocks. Leading 5-4 with under a minute to play, the Hawks continue to press in an attempt to open up a 2-goal cushion. However, Moldova refuse to lie down as time runs out, handing them the championship title. Next season, Michelle Karvinen will be aiming to use what she's learned playing on a men's team as she looks to make the step up to playing college ice hockey for the University of North Dakota.
I'm looking forward to it. It'll be a great experience. Ice hockey is a massive sport over there, and I can't wait to play there with all the atmosphere and just show what I can do.